Hey, what's going on, guys and gals? In this particular video, we're going to go over how to set up your custom controls here from the actual mixer. Now, if you watched my last video about setting up your custom controls using Wing Edit, you'll know that these do not transfer over. So now we're going to actually set it up from the mixer so we can run it from there. Now, over here, if we hit our custom controls, this is how you'll go through them. You have 16 layers. We're going to be working with layer number 1. We're only going to be working with this row right here on every one of our scenes. They are called snaps until you put them inside of a show. Once you put them inside of a show, they're now called scenes. Okay? Now, as you can see right here where it says go next, I'm pushing it and nothing's happening. And that's because I don't have a show open. But some of these parameters will work. For instance, the rotator knob here is for the main fader number 1, or the master fader M1. As you can see, it clearly works. Okay, so what do? Well, the first thing we're going to do is come to our library and we're going to create a show. If we come over to show, you can see the create button. I've already done that. Right here it is. It's called Dana. And if I open this, you'll see the scenes I have now put in this. So now if we come over here to our custom controls and we come to home, when I hit go next, that's exactly what it does. And you'll see the bottom one I've got set up to go to the previous. So I can do this for these first 3 scenes, and we go backward. Now another cool thing about this is you can also set up your GPIO, which is your general purpose in and out. On the Wing Rack, we actually have 2 inserts for that, so we can create 4 functions. So I'm going to do the same process now, just tapping on this switch that I have. And there's our next one, and then if I go back, there we go. Now that's pretty cool. You know, you're sitting up on stage, you're a duo, you're a trio, and you want to control your scenes or your snaps to go from one song to the other. You can do that using a simple foot switch. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go back to this show, and we're going to come over to show. We're going to come over, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in another snap, and it's the same process I used for these first 3. If we go to internal and we pick up this, if you notice right up here now, there's an add button. Okay, let me just see. We'll go to USB, there's nothing there. If we come to internal, you'll see that little add button now is not there. If I click on Cindy, there it is. We're going to add that in. And now there is Cindy in the number 2 slot. We're going to take Cindy and we're going to bring that snap down, which is now a scene. Okay. Now it's very important that when we come in here and do this, the first thing I'm going to do is come over here and I'm going to save that show. Just like a word processor. You do a little bit on that document, you want to save it as you go. Okay. So now that I've got this highlighted, I can load it. And I'm going to come up here to setup. And when I do, you'll see right up here where it says CC Edit. There's nothing there. You see everything is non-assigned. So if I come up here and tap this, we can come down and say fader. And guys, you can choose any of these options that you want to. I'm just going to say M1 and it automatically names it. Now I'm going to come to the second one, or actually the first button. But we're going to come down to where it says show control. We don't want to recall the scene. If we recall the scene, we have to do an additional step to actually load that scene. So we're going to go to show control and we're going to say go next scene. It's right there. We simply come down to this one now. We're going to come back to show control and we're going to say go previous scene. As you can see, it selected it automatically. If we come up to color, we can give it any color that we want to. We'll change it there. Now, right up here, if you don't have that little light button tapped on, it will not light up over here where you see that color automatically change. See, it changed again. Now, once we've got this done, we're going to come over here to the GPIO. And we're going to tap this first one. And as you can see the show control, it says go next scene. Now you can see here where it says next scene, but it won't go. It'll just load that scene. So we're going to say go next scene. And we're going to come to this one and it automatically puts it in there. And if it doesn't, you need to select it. Go previous scene. So now that we've got all this information into this particular snap, we're going to go back to the library and we're going to update this. This snap saves everything. It saves all your custom controls. It saves everything. And as you can see up here now, it's got the scene go next and the scene go previous, and then the M1 fader at the top. But this still will not work. We've got one more step that we have to do. We have to add those little hashtags over there. This is what threw me for the longest time. If we come over to show, now as you can see, we got Cindy highlighted here, right there, edit tag. We've got to go hashtag number 4 and say okay. You see? Now it puts that hashtag in there. We come up to show and we hit save. And that's it. So now if we come up here and we go back to snap and we load this, confirm, we're going to come up here to the home and go through these buttons again. There it is. There's our second one, our third one, and there's Cindy. Okay. Go previous. And there it is. Down on the foot switch. There's Cindy. Go previous. That's it. And that's really all there is. And if you ever want to know what you have on this snap or scene, okay, technically it is called a scene because we have a show open. You can come right here and hit the view button. And it's going to show you right here what you have on there. You have the M1 fader and the scene go next. And as you can see on the second layer, there's no reason to go previous because there is not a previous scene. And we can go to any of these and load them. And then come over here to home. Come 1 through 8. Hit view. And that's showing us now where we have our main one fader for our first rotator. Our scene go next. And then our scene go previous. Our color. Turn the light on. As you can see, it just came on up here on the right. If I do that, we'll hit close. And guys, you can come up here and name these whatever you want to. Instead of scene go next, if you want to give it a custom name, it's totally up to you. It could be song 1, 2, 3. It could be whatever you want it to be. But another very important thing here before we go is we are on layer number 1 up here. This is how we switch through our layers. To set these up, we've got 16 of them. So we've taken this one bank right here, and we've actually did 3 commands or 3 functions. And we can do this all the way across, which gives us a total of 12. And you've got 16 banks. There's a lot of information you can put in here. Myself, knowing what I know about this GPIO, that is the system that I would use. Okay, you can take a stereo 1/4-inch cable, and I believe you can go up to 30 feet. I believe. Okay, don't hold my feet to the fire. And then you can just run it to your switch. The switch I'm using is $14. And then we go back to home again. I don't have to touch anything. I hope this helps explain how to set this up on the actual mixer. Now, again, I want to just show you if we come into the library and I close this show. And now I'm into my snaps. If I load this, okay, the foot switches, nothing works. You've got to have this put inside of a show, and you have to have that show open. Okay? Take care. God bless. And we are out of here.